Good evening, everyone. My name is Brandon. I'm a 23-year-old from Texas. You can call me Juan or Juan, but I prefer to go by my first name, even though it's a very common one, and you probably know four people who have the same name. I wanted to touch base with everyone and breathe life into this channel in an expressive way that I can feel like I have a way to get my views out there, I suppose. Originally, I had been using this channel specifically for gameplay things, and I want to branch into more subjects beyond that. Crazy things are kind of happening in our world, and I still think we need some form of collective optimism to counteract it, so we don't fall into despair, honestly. And I know things haven't been easy for everyone, and that's okay because everyone does struggle at the end of the day. I'm a gay guy in a conservative state, and it's been historically homophobic for years and years and years. I also work two jobs to keep up with the cost of living. It's been kind of high since the post COVID era, which we are now living in. It kind of, in my opinion, COVID brought out all the injustices that we kind of were turning a blind eye to beforehand. It kind of just exacerbated the urgency to change things for the better. Um, I also can't afford to go to college currently. I was going to college originally for mortuary science, but that kind of got dropped through our community college in the area. So now I'm kind of on the stage to becoming a nurse, and I currently work at a nursing home, and I didn't know such bad things. I kind of did. I think everyone does. That's why they say they never want to be sent to a nursing home or anything like that, but it's something that does need to be changed. And I don't come from a place with a lot of money. My parents were separated when I was really young, and there's a lot of hardships in my life, but they don't define who I am, and your hardships shouldn't define who you are as a person either. We all inhabit this world, and we have a chance to advocate for a balance as well as equal rights and a pursuit of knowledge that will help us further our society. We must not let fear harm us, and we can't give up despite how hard it is at the end. As of August 4th, 2023, which is today, the Atlantic Ocean has been constantly building up in heat, and it's been this way for the last several weeks. The United States and the rest of the world have also been in a sweltering heat wave, and several records have been broken in this year alone. It's been kind of stretching from literally coast to coast. You can see 120-degree heat in both areas like California, all the way. There's even major cities in Texas, being Houston and Dallas, that have this awful, awful heat, and it's been destroying power grids and killing people. It's been killing people horribly, and it doesn't look like any immediate relief is in sight. And it's a effect of climate change. Climate change is killing our planet. But that's not the only issue we've been having in the United States either. Several strikes have been breaking out this summer, especially in Hollywood and UPS. However, UPS kind of averted a strike with a historic deal. They had very good things happen to them because they did threaten to do a strike. And that kind of shows us as a collective we can come together and change things to help all of us overall. People are unable to afford their housing, and they can't even eat at this moment in time. There's millions and millions of homeless people on the streets, and a lot of these people are veterans, people who have served our country, and we kind of turn a blind eye and let them suffer and die on the streets. America's kind of had this point in time, or it's at this point in time more so, that we no longer have this place of dreams, and more so we have a place of agony. We don't really have an American dream anymore, or at least the American dream that a lot of people think of from the past isn't a achievable dream in today's world. And it kind of looks like the odds are stacked against us, but we can't give up at this point. We don't have to sit down and accept this fate. We have to advocate for change, and we have to do things that don't put us at the mercy of others. I'm going to work my damned hardest to try to do things for the better grasp society, and I think a lot of people should be doing the same thing too. I'm going to be producing more content in the next couple of days, and hopefully I can produce more content and get my voice and views and thoughts and feelings out there, and hopefully it just preserves some sort of feeling of optimism, something that we can do better and something that we can work and strive towards. I know it's not easy and it looks like we might be hopeless sometimes, but we really can't give up. It's killing us all. It's truly a awful time to live in. I don't think it's the same kind of I guess fear and constant assault from threats that we had in the world wars or anything like that, but I think it is a new territory we've stepped in, or at least started to step into. The world has never been this hot before, and I don't know if there's a way to change or go back unless we do something at this moment, right here and right now. And I know it might not be an immediate change like tomorrow, but we can still work for a change that helps everyone in the future and not just the people who are very wealthy and will avoid this conflict altogether. I was in the process of editing some gameplay footage, but I thought this video should take priority as it's a much more deeper dive into kind of what's been happening lately with myself. It's been very hard to keep up with my day-to-day life and live it normally. Oh, there's my cat. Hi, cat. Anyway, I just kind of wanted to start posting again, and I wanted to feel like I can push or feel like I can say what I can feel like I'm feeling and it not being suppressed or pushed deep down, because I know a lot of people feel the same way. I know a lot of people are angry, and I know a lot of people are facing things they've never faced before in their lives, and we really need to fight for them. We need to fight for not only them, but ourselves, because if we don't do something as soon as we can, it's going to be the end. Unfortunately, I do think the end might be upon us within the next several decades. And I do want to be very honest with as much people as I can. So I'm not going to really keep myself from saying things that I actually believe in, and I'm not going to really back down. I live in Texas, like I've said before, and I've had this sense of dread that I haven't had a lot since I was kind of younger. I've had a lot of slurs thrown at me. I've had people deliberately try to do awful and cruel things as well, and I'm not the only one who suffers from this either. But I do want to try to help people feel better about the lives they're living, and I want to kind of give us that sense of we need to work together to solve these issues. I don't think a lot of commentators or anything like that do say that we can do much about it. They kind of just stay in this pessimistic tone, and pessimism is not something that we need to be striving for or something that needs to be open and on the top of all these headlines and our media that we consume, because if it's just pessimism, it doesn't give a lot of people hope that things will change and get better in their lifetimes. But at the end of the day, I do thank you for watching, and I do hope you have a good rest of your day. Thank you.